Hello and welcome to part 6, I think, of my modded Minecraft video log series. For those of you who are new, this is basically a series where I go into detail about whatever mod pack or world I'm playing on at a given time and show off something that I want to talk about. So currently we're back in my main All the Mods 9 world, my first world, and we're currently holding our first microprocessor supercomputer, our first EV tier circuit, which I think is probably the quickest I've gotten through one of these chapters. It was for the most part pretty painless. There was a lot of waiting, however. When getting into HV, this is HV, yeah. Oh wait, I can claim my rewards. Let's claim those real quick. When going into HV, I actually didn't start with the quests at all. I pretty much completely ignored them, and we went straight for the HV circuits. Oh, no, not HV, the HV energy hatches. So that was my main primary goal. So HV energy hatch, these things right here. So let's see if I can remember what was the struggles here. HV machine holes, so I needed polyethylene sheets and stainless steel. Stainless steel I was making in the EBF. Machine casing, that also requires stainless steel. Lots of stainless steel required. Polyethylene sheets, it's pretty easy. You've already got polyethylene from the previous chapter, and it was, I believe I went through the fluid solidifier route with that one. Oh, what's this? HV or EV assembler. Interesting. And then, so once I got that going, this was pretty easy. This was the first thing I did. Then the next protocol was, this was pretty easy. Gold cables, not the end of the world. High voltage coils, I just needed the black steel. Black steel I made in the EBF, I believe. Yeah. Black steel dust with nitrogen gas. The black steel dust I make in a mixer with black bronze, nickel dust, and steel dust. For the entire process of black bronze, I have it all the way down. So electrum dust I've got, copper dust I've got, all that hullabaloo. What else did I need for the HV assembler? So HV coil, that wasn't the end of the world. The big issues were sodium persulfate, sodium, potassium, and LPIC chips. LPIC chips were the last things that I did. LPIC wasn't the end of the world, because you can use the standard wafers. So I might actually switch over the recipes to use the phosphorus doped wafers, to be honest. We'll get to that in a second. So the LPIC chips weren't the end of the world. Sodium, potassium, I set up a production line for over here. So there's a few steps that were required. Wait, was it over here? Actually, I don't remember. Sodium, potassium. Was it over here? Actually, I don't think it was. Where am I making sodium, potassium? Was it in here? Sodium, potassium. Was it in here? No, it wouldn't be in here. Oh, sodium, potassium, yeah. With sodium dust and potassium dust. Potassium dust, I believe I got through processing, ore processing. Potassium dust, I believe that was through ore processing. I think I was processing saltpeter. Yeah, it's a byproduct from processing mica, which I'm no longer processing mica on this line here. It's now processing electrogen because I don't have any mica in my system anymore. So I'm using that for the blue steel. Hop back into MV. No, not MV. HV. Yeah. Okay. So that wasn't the end of the world. What was it? The HV energy hatch. HV energy hatch took a little bit of effort. So the sodium persulfate, sodium potassium, the high voltage coil, the LPIC chips, the gold cables, and the machine holes. And then obviously that in an HV assembler, which I have over here. Where is it, the advanced? Yeah, this one right here. Okay, so once I had the HV energy hatches, I just made 4 of them and slapped them onto here. I have this stuff set up for when I can get to the point where I can do the nichrome coils, but I can't quite do that yet because I need a vacuum freezer coil. So I've got everything else set up. I've got the recipe for the hot nichrome ingots, and everything else is fine, but I need these 2x nichrome wires, which require nichrome ingots. Now, the only way to get nichrome ingots is through the vacuum freezer route, which I believe... Oh, is it MV? Vacuum freezer. I don't know what... Oh, so it's compatible with MV recipes, but you need the microprocessor assemblies, which I can make that now, I think. Assembler, aluminum frame. Yeah, that actually is something I can do in the very near future. In fact, I could do that right now if I wanted to, but we'll finish off this video first because the vacuum freezer only requires the microprocessor assemblies, unless it's a multi-block, which I don't know if it is, actually. Is it a multi-block? Let's see if it's in here. So EV vacuum freezer. Oh, we're gonna need nichrome for this particular chain here anyway, because it's asking me to make nichrome blocks. Which, titanium ingots. Oh, it is a multi-block. HV electric pump. What? Why does it require titanium? Or is it used to make titanium? Oh, it's used to make titanium, which I believe is one of our big next things we have to do. I have black bronze dust, but whatever. That's neither here nor there for the time being. So we're up to EV, but we haven't started on it yet. So, what did I do after that? Let me double check. I have to remember what I've done. So I went to bed after making... I literally, like... I think it was last night. I was like, I'm not going into bed until these HV energy hatches are made. And I was up to like 2 a.m. I'm like, I need to finish this. I need to finish this. And then today, what I've done over the course of the last 6 or 7 hours is so I've already got the stainless steel production. I sort of worked my way through this chain right here to get up to the plastic printed circuit boards. This was pretty easy. It was mostly just chemical reactor, chemical reactor, chemical reactor. Not this one, over here. Yeah, chemical reactor, the whole chain. It's pretty simple. Literally just pin all the stuff. Like, go in here, chlorine, pin that, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Just keep pinning, and then work through them one at a time in the order they need to be crafted. Glass lens and pane, that's pretty simple. We've already learned how to make lenses. Advanced chemical bath, I believe, was necessary for the glass lens. Yes. So the new lenses require the advanced chemical baths, which currently my advanced machines, the only main bottleneck that I have is the, what's its face? The main bottleneck is stainless steel, because my stainless steel production, despite being faster now, is still not particularly fast. Where's my stainless steel? So let's go like that. Will that automatically start up the next? There we go. So I'm currently with the HV energy hatches running at 18 seconds per stainless steel ingot, which is not fast. I will tell you what. It sounds like it's faster, but it's not much faster, especially since for a given recipe, I'll need like 12 of them, which is 12 times 18. It's like over 100 seconds. The phosphorus-doped monosilicon boules are even slower at MV... No, this is EV. These, because the two HV energy hatches make it EV recipes. So even at EV, it's 300 seconds, which is insane. I've already made the microchip processor. Let me just make that now for the quest. Microchip processor. Yeah, that's going to be nice and quick. I've also got polyethylene and stainless steel on the ME requesters, so I have a small backlog so that while I'm doing other things, I still have them being produced. Just making those now. Awesome. Then what did I do? I sort of worked through here, and then my big issue was making the phosphorus-doped monocrystalline silicon boules, which is a fucking mouthful. Look at that, completed the chapter. And a plastic circuit board for my reward. Lame. Yeah, so the monocrystalline silicon boules, I needed to get the clean room for. The phosphorus-doped ones, because the cutter and laser engravers both require a clean room. This took me a little while to set up. As you can see, it was originally here, because I tore out some of the wall for it. But then I realized, with Gregtech multi-blocks, you're supposed to keep them inside the same chunk. So it was before sitting, like, I believe here, like halfway between these two chunks. So I moved it so that it's sitting in those chunks. I double-checked these ones. These are also just barely in chunks. They're in the same chunk by the looks of things. Yeah, they're both in the same chunk, which is absolutely excellent. Getting this to work was a pain in the ass. The original 5x5 I did, I was like, oh, I need more room. The 5x5 was, it formed pretty fine, but I couldn't get this to form the 9x9. So I ended up what I did is I moved the maintenance hatch down to the bottom here, and then I swapped out a bunch of the glass with the plasticrete, and it seems to be working now. So it's currently working at 100%, which is excellent. No maintenance issues currently. There's something I have to keep an eye on though. This one was such a slow process to craft because I believe it needs, what does it need? It needs, what's it called? Plasticrete? Plasticrete. What does it require? Polyethylene, and I need to bump up my polyethylene production. My big bottleneck right now is ethylene because it's 60 seconds per recipe. So I'm going to get a few more advanced chemical reactors just so I can keep that production up, because the polyethylene recipe is not even that slow. Like, the polyethylene's faster than the ethylene recipe, which is very frustrating. I believe that's chemical reactor. Oh, maybe I should upgrade the chemical reactor to chemical reactor 2 as well. That might be an idea for future. What else? NAND chips were pretty simple. Just the SoC chips, which... yeah, those were the SoC wafers. I believe it was the microchip that was the big issue. SoC. Yeah, because you need the SoC wafers. And getting those is such a slow process because you need the phosphorus-doped wafers, which require phosphorus-doped monocrystalline silicon balls, which those take silicon, which I already had, phosphorus, which I got from ore processing, gallium arsenide we've already covered, 300 seconds at EV, even going up as far as, like, it stays slow up until UEV, basically. And by that point, you're probably going to need thousands of these, maybe. I don't actually know how many of a given processor you're going to need for a given recipe when it comes to, like, the high tier shit. But yeah, I've got that process set up now. They're cut and engraved in this cool room. So we'll open up inside. Oh. So we've got laser engraver, yellow, and diamond. This one's for the SoC wafers. This one's for the CPU wafers, because those require the phosphorus-doped wafers. This one is for cutting the phosphorus-doped wafers. And this one's my microprocessor assembly. A lot of big words the further you get into Gregtech, I've noticed, because a lot of the, like, complex chemical chains and whatnot. But look at that, it's green. Which I think it's, like, Gregtech is the only stuff that I have 100% on. Yeah, on this particular playthrough. My production up here, I don't know if I've covered this already. So I added a second tier to my bulk processing area, or bulk production area for, like, stuff that I just need machines to produce small bits and bobs. I need to label these because they haven't been labeled yet. But I believe this setup here is for electrolyzing nitrogen. Yeah, this is all just for nitrogen. This is all for the polyethylene sheets, which probably is a little overkill, but should be right. The lathes, they do it exactly what you expect to do. They require the blue steel. Did I already cover the blue steel? Wait, did I cover the blue steel? No, there's blue alloy. So blue steel... how did I make blue steel? I don't even remember. EVF on blue steel dust. Rose gold dust, that was a bit of a pain to craft. And black steel dust, but I managed to get it all set up. I pinned everything and then worked through them one at a time. And all my, like, mixing is done here. So I've got stainless steel, vanadium steel, nichrome. This one is for ferrite mixture. This one's for canthal, silicon. Oh, this is my chemical bath for the silicon and canthal ingots. Liquid concrete and blue alloy. Where did I make blue steel? Then, do I have a mixer over here, maybe? I believe... oh, maybe I do. Oh yeah, so black bronze, blue steel, electrum, black steel, and rose gold. That's all done here. These extruders here are for the rings. These ones over here, I believe, are for the bolts. And this arc furnace here is for blue steel and tempered glass, or blue alloy and tempered glass. This cool room's good because, or this, what is it called, clean room, because I just slapped an HV energy hatch on the back, and then a wireless connector inside, and it's completely self-contained. I don't have to worry about what are the machine holes to be able to, like, get items and energy in and out, which probably is something I should learn, but for the time being, it's easier for me to skip the process and cheat not cheat, obviously, but like skip the process and like use workarounds to get around it. So that's how that's all set up. Is there anything else that I haven't covered? This ore processing line is for apatite, because I need the apatite dust for something important. I believe it's for the blue alloy. Apatite dust is used for the phosphorus. That's right. So that's how I get the phosphorus for the phosphorus doped monocrystalline silicon balls is apatite ore processing, and the calcium I believe I get from ore processing as well. Shieldnite, Pyroloca, Benita White. I don't know how it's pronounced. Gypsum. I'm actually not sure how I'm electrolyzing. What the fuck? Mercury, barium, calcium, cuprate dust. What is that even used for? This must be like high, like late game shit. Was it just for wires? It must just be for wires. Like it must be exclusive for wiring. Yeah, by the looks of things it is. That's neither here nor there though. So, I think that's everything covered. We've covered the microprocessors. We've covered the assemblies and the supercomputers. We've covered this chain. We've covered that chain. Did I cover the new P2P system last time? I'm not sure if I did. So, there's actually more up here I want to show off as well. Oh, yes, a lot up there I want to show off. So I've added more P2P here. So we've just got more going down along this side, here and here. So we're up to 32, I believe. Yeah, so we're up to the max amount of channels we can have going into this controller, which what I might end up doing is have them on separate, because this one's only using, I can't see how many channels it's using. That's a bit annoying. I'll check down there later, but this is all set up looking a lot neater. I believe I covered the fact that I moved all my storage into bulk storage up there. These I need to empty, but I haven't got around to yet. This is gone. The abomination of molecular assemblers is gone. I've got something a bit more efficient up here. I think this is a fairly efficient build. We'll cover that in a second. So this is for the mega cell stuff. So basically, the first issue with getting the mega cell stuff was the accumulation circuits. So I made the inscriber accumulation press using engineering and calculation, I believe, on a singularity. Duplicated that using iron blocks. These are all extended inscribers. They are all making accumulation presses. This one's for accumulation circuits, all with acceleration cards. To make Sky Steel, I have a pattern provider here, pushing 64 of the charged Certus quartz, iron ingots, and skystone into this ingredient buffer. This modular router has a puller module to pull from the ingredient buffer and a dropper module to drop into the lava. This one has a vacuum module for Sky Steel and a sender module to the pattern provider, so I can bulk craft Sky Steel. I don't know if I need to right now. I've got plenty, but I'll do it anyway. So it should just pump that all into there if it decides to work. Why isn't it working? Oh, it's crafting. Oh, fuck, my magnet's on. Okay. Well, it's hard to show off when my magnet's on, but you get where I'm coming from. Just gonna dump all that back in there. Yeah, wait, what if I, like, went all the way back here? Sky Steel. I don't know if you can see it. Well, it's working. That's all that matters. You can see the numbers going up. I don't want to get too close without the magnet going off. So that's how that's set up. 2 ME requesters here, and then this is my mega crafting storage. So it's 16 mega crafting units and 8 mega crafting storage. I plan on upgrading all of these. I just haven't yet because they are damn expensive to make. Because these can process 4 separate threads per crafting units. So instead of this one, for example, which is 16 threads, this one's 64 threads, even though it's the same size. And it has the 1M crafting storage, so it's over 1 million bytes, I believe. This is the one that's currently producing the polyethylene, which is a bit annoying because that's the last thing I want to be stuck on that. What is this? That's connected to nothing. Awesome. Anything else up here that I wanted to cover? Oh, here's the hopefully slightly more efficient molecular assembler setup. So it's basically got a cable running up the center. These 4 are not necessarily sticking out. Basically one running up the center, and I've done my best to have it set up in a way where every single molecular assembler, every single extended pattern provider has a molecular assembler on each side so that it can run up to 4 separate, up to 6 separate crafting recipes at the same time. So that's the setup I have here. Anything else I wanted to cover? I think that's about it. I have this set up because I needed the clay dust for something else. So I've got this set up here. I can't seem to get it to work for some reason. It usually isn't a problem for me. But basically, I wanted it to set up so that when I had more than a certain amount of clay dust in storage, then it would start processing it down into aluminium and whatnot. And I've got it set so if it's at 64 or higher, I think, emit when levels are above or equal to the limit. Yeah, so when I have more than 64 clay dust in storage, this will activate, which will then allow this to run. But it's just not working. And I'm not entirely sure why. What if I just grabbed like a whole fuckload out and just dump them into my system? I have no idea. Because it should work active with signal, so it would only be activated when it has a redstone signal, and it has redstone signal, so I'm not entirely sure. But other than that, I think that's pretty much everything for HV covered. I've got my microprocessor assembly, and now it's on to IV, I believe. No, it's EV. EV and then IV. So, thank you all very much for watching. If you have any suggestions on how I could improve this setup, feel free to let me know, and hope you have all have a fantastic rest of your day.